Hi dumpsterinos and frugalistas, and welcome to the video. I have to admit, gotta come clean, I've been watching a lot of Instagram little videos lately. I honestly didn't know they even existed until a couple weeks ago. I'm just loving these little videos. So I thought I would try some of the little hacks and things I've seen on Instagram to see if they really work and if they're anything we should be incorporating into our way of doing things on a routine basis. Now, apparently, we have not been opening our cans correctly all these years. So we're going to try a new way to open cans. I've always done it like this on the side so that it cuts inside that lip, and then you've got the can lid you got to fish out. Apparently, we're supposed to be doing it like that, flat to the top, not cutting on the side, but cutting on the top. All right, so let's try it. Move. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It cut the top off and it lifted the top off. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I just lifted this up. Now we'll release it. The only thing is I need the lid for the tuna to push the juice out, but it's not going to work to do that. The lid would just fit right back on top, but I can't use it to push the juice out of the tuna, so interesting. Let's try it again. I guess I could hold it up in the air. It feels a little bit awkward having my knuckles smashed down to the table, but I mean a tuna, look at that, it just comes right off. A tuna can is short. The only problem is I think it's shredding like the top layer of the paper from the label. So I get this weird little paper shred. Interesting. Come here. There we go. Boop. All right, I'm not sure that can opening method made all that much sense with tuna, because then I had to dump the tuna into a sieve to drain all the water off. And I think for tuna, I needed the lid in its normal way to push down to drain, whatever. But I think that can opening method would work well just for, you know, whatever, a can of soup or anything else. But if you need the lid to drain whatever's in there, then I don't think it makes sense. All right, since I'm making tuna salad, I thought, well, let's make some fresh mayonnaise. And I saw, obviously, an Instagram hack on this the other day. I've made fresh mayonnaise many times. I've even put up videos about it. But normally what I would do is start with the eggs in the container and then get the immersion blender going and drizzle the oil in slowly, slowly, slowly. But what I saw them do on Instagram was have the oil already in the vessel and add an egg, not just an egg yolk, but an egg, and apparently some shell as well. Dang it. Usually you have to use shell to get shell out, which I have done. Okay, we got the shell out. All right, they added salt, pepper, and mustard powder, I believe. I don't have any mustard powder, so I'm just going to put in like some mustard at the end. And I can't find my white pepper, so I'm just putting salt in. So this is how they did it. All the oil in there already. Let's see if it works. You put the immersion blender all the way down to the bottom. Get it emulsifying. That's what we're doing. We're emulsifying basically fat and water, and then you kind of draw the blender up as you go if it's mixing. Let's see if we don't have to do the drizzling anymore, because that is a little difficult. And if this doesn't work and I just end up with avocado oil, egg, and salt, and it doesn't make mayonnaise correctly, I can just use it to bake a cake or something. I mean, it's just egg and oil and some salt, so. It looks like it's emulsifying, so I'll bring the blender up a little bit. God, that totally worked. That's so much easier than having to dribble the oil in little by little. Look at that beautiful fresh mayonnaise. That's why you can bake cakes with mayonnaise, because it's just oil and egg. Look at that beautiful fresh mayonnaise. Frugal Daddy was asking me, where's the mayonnaise? Because we have Miracle Whip in the fridge right now, but no mayonnaise. And we have mayonnaise in the prepper pantry, but I thought with all the eggs we found recently, why not make fresh mayo? Yes, please. Be careful with your immersion blender that you don't cut yourself on the blade like I risk doing. All right, look at that. That's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Yay. Good one. Thumbs up, Instagram. All right. Now we're trying a Band-Aid hack. Frugal Daddy cut his fingertip on some broken glass. And you know how it's hard to wrap a fingertip in a Band-Aid? You go over or you go around. It's never quite right.
Right.
So we're going to try this Band-Aid hack.
I usually go over the top.
I usually go over and then take a second Band-Aid and go around.
Possibly.
All right. So we're going to snip up the middle. It'd be nice if these scissors worked a little better. All right, so we've snipped and snipped. Peel this back. Wait, we got to get the Neosporin on to help in healing. All right, so then we're going to kind of wrap it at an angle. It's difficult because yours is right at the top. Then you like do one side, then the other side, then the other side, then the other side. Oh, it's like a little baby in a blanket. I think that would work better if the cut was like farther down on your finger. Yours is really right on the tip though.
Yeah,
but that's kind of cool how they, you know, the way we're swaddling it. We're swaddling the finger. So it's, yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's holding the tip on, too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Show. Flip forward. Show. See? See? Isn't that beautiful? Oh, it's better than a trip to the emergency room. If you want, I'll get the needle and thread out. We'll sew that fingertip back on later.
Later, yeah, when I'm sleeping.
We've got this great big, beautiful watermelon, a dumpster watermelon, of course. And I'm going to try 2 different hacks I saw on how to cut it. Maybe you all have been doing your watermelons this way for years and years, and I'm just the last to learn about it, but here we go. So first we'll just cut it in half. Ooh, look at that. Big, beautiful, juicy, gorgeous, free from the dumpster. Ah! Watermelon. All right, so we'll do this half first. Let's peel the sticker off. I have the watermelon on a little plastic cutting thingy, cutting board, some people might call it, but I put it inside a cookie tray with a lip because I just like watermelon, just the juice goes everywhere. That's my own personal hack. Cut it inside the cookie tray. So anyway, we're going to make a crisscross pattern. We're going to do cut down, 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 like 1 inch apart, and then da-da-da-da-da this way like a checkerboard. Okay? Okay, let's give that a try. This is the way everybody seems to be doing it these days. Oops. All right. Then we'll cut this way. And this is so we get rectangular strips of watermelon with just a little square of rind at the end for you to hold on to. You don't get the triangular wedges which if you bite into, you know you end up with watermelon and watermelon juice all over your face. So this is supposed to prevent that. So there you go. So that's what it looks like on top when it's cut. Then we just pull out a wedge. The longest pieces are going to be the ones from the top, middle. That's what they always show you in the videos. Obviously, mine's a little bit more of a rectangle than square. It's so juicy. I turned my head away because I didn't want to like slob juice all over the rest of the watermelon. Oh my god, this is such a good watermelon. I can't believe we got this free in the dumpster. This one is so good. Now, what I wonder about is the pieces on the sides, because you're going to have your big long strips in the middle, but what about these little side pieces? Let's find one. There we go. Oh, well, that's not bad. That's a little side piece. The very edges are mostly rind. If you're into canning and pickling, of course, you know you can pickle your watermelon rind pieces. And honestly, of all the pickles I made last year, the watermelon rind pickles were the best. And I thought, this is going to be so weird, but they were actually really good. There's cinnamon in them. Do any of all y'all eat your watermelon with salt sprinkled on it? I've never had that. I've heard of people doing it. I think that's a southern thing. I don't do that. And it probably is good, but it just feels weird to me to even consider such a thing. So we get all our little wedges. Look at that. Wedges with their little handles. I guess if I put them down, that would make more sense. Keep them handle side up. I think the problem for a lot of people is that you use this huge knife to cut your watermelon open, but then you have too big a knife to get around the rounded contour of the watermelon. Like I personally just use a smaller knife most of the time, but if you want chunks like I do, then obviously you just cut off that little bit of rind and chunk it up. Now we have our second half, and we're going to cut that again in half so we have quarters. So we have this long wedge, classic looking. This is my first time with these hacks, so, oh, you got to be kidding me. We need dental floss. This is enough, I guess, this piece where I'm at the very end of the container, but we're going to use some dental floss and just scrape along the contour of the inside. Let's see if that helps. First of all, how do you keep it from moving? All right. So cut into it with the dental floss, and then we can cut wedges. Oh, I don't like this method. It's hurting my fingers because I got the and it slid off. Okay, I don't know about dental floss. I mean, it cuts because of the nature of a watermelon, but look how much flesh is still in there because you don't dig into the contour enough. Maybe if I had a longer piece of floss, I could have given it more slack. But like, look, yeah, I don't like that. No, I don't like that hack. I don't like the dental floss. I mean, if you didn't have a knife, then how'd you cut your watermelon open in the first place? See, for that, I just like to use a much smaller knife because then I can cut along the contour. Like, I don't cut my watermelon up with the giant butcher knife. That's just to cut it into pieces. There, you know, use a smaller knife and you get that whole extra chunky monkey. So, yeah, I vote no on the dental floss. That one's not working for me. But I do like the other one. I do like the first method where we cut our long strips. That's fun. All right, we're hacking it up, aren't we?